Oh my God, let me breathe through my nose. Lamb of God. Amen. The house is level 5 now. Dead bodies. Oh God. Ugh. And when you open the door to the fresh oxygen, I already said a million times what happens with the chemical compounds rushing out to the CO2. I can't remember any names of oxygen, but I remember the word oxygen. My memory recall from this traumatic experience of living in a terror cell that the police and fire and federal agents are directly involved with and in has been hell on my word recall. So I took the garbage out ASAP after I put this up on the internet, okay? So let's just do the time again. It's 7:56, okay? I got back in, washed my hands, all that, okay? When I went out, I can safely say this because it's not always advised for me to say when I eyewitness with your eyes. I'm not going to get into this lecture. If you want to know all this, take criminal justice in college, okay? So I'm just going to continue. When I went out of my room after filming the dead bodies and everything I had witnessed, to the certain degree I can say what I witnessed. Remember, I can't say half of the stuff I witnessed in here. But nonetheless, what's been put into verbal statement onto YouTube. I came back in and filmed and then went right back out within 60 seconds. And as I was coming out, there was a terrorist. It was the female ISIS of 1509. She was barefoot and she was sneaking stealth right past my door. And I opened it. I never stepped right out. I look. That's why. And there's a terrorist coming from that room next to mine, conjunct, that direction of the hallway. You wouldn't even know they were coming if you just stepped right out. No, it's not advised. So I always check. And there she was sneaking. And when she saw that I saw her, she started stomping real loud with her bare feet all the way down the rest of the stairs to floor 1, where she disappeared into the kitchen. And at that time, I started getting hit with fumes in the room, fumes. And I had to go into the bathroom. I thought I had to pee-poo again. And I did not have to pee-poo again. So I just got away from the fumes in my bathroom while she was still, from what I could tell and hear, in the kitchen. I collected myself. I got physically intact so I didn't have to pee-poo. And I continued with my garbage, grabbed it and went down, grabbed it from my room, my quarters, and went down the stairs, ready for this bitch to come out at any moment, okay? She didn't. She stayed in the kitchen where she does her chemical stenches and her fumes without any doubt. I've eyewitnessed this, and we're not going to get into what I've eyewitnessed on this video. I'm sticking to what I witnessed as I went to take the trash out. So I witnessed the female going down the stairs trying to not be detected in a house that was reeking of level 5, at that time, level 6, dead rotting bodies. The stuff I've described, we don't need to do this every time. And then by the time I got to the porch, the oxygen, everything's gushing out of the house, okay? It's so fucking foul when you stand with fresh air and you come in here. It is like being in a mass graveyard. It is like literally walking into a crime scene where you know there's going to be one or more dead bodies. And the dead body you're walking into has got to have been there for a day, 2. It's a while. It's filled up the whole fucking place. You want to wear masks. You want to have protective biohazard stuff on. You don't want to be running around in it like I have been, but I'm okay. It's really nasty. So you go from the fresh air right in and it's, you can tell, and you can just open the door and all that gases and stuff that the dead body emits when it's deceased, and then rigor mortis and all that is just gushing out into the oxygen. It's like you're standing right at the door and here's the fresh air. I'm behind me and the DB is in the house. You open the door, all the oxygen just fucking showers you with a corpse, a stench of a dead body. So I'm standing on the porch and I'm just in amazement because I'm taking my garbage out with a house that's just gushing of dead bodies. There's all these Mexican drug cartel men dressed up as construction guys. I mean, they're holding jobs, but we know what their history and their past is. We know they've been collared and arrested and have who knows what charges internationally. I mean, these are bad dudes that work across that fucking street there, dude. They just happen to be on a construction job at the moment when I witnessed them out there. Fuck this shit. So I see all these dudes and they're standing around, looking, They always look, everybody's always looking over at me. And they're just standing there for a good fucking 2 minutes, talking, looking, talking, looking. And there's all this fucking dead body gushing through the fucking out to the sidewalk. That's what they were doing. That's what I eyewitnessed. Every day they do this shit. Okay, so, all right. Then I grab my garbage and I start going down to the garbage. And on my way to the garbage on 15th, going to the alley, there's a white woman. It's nothing but gringo white people here, but I want to say this today. I want to ID this female and the other one. And she's walking her dog, and I got trash going up to my nose. I mean, this is a heavy cart I'm pushing. She looks down at me. She looks down at, I think, everybody. I think this bitch has psychological issues, obviously, and she looks down at me in her arrogance and refuses to move out of my way as I'm pushing something crazy heavy, dude. She's refusing to move. And she stands there and has a stare down while I'm coming at her with a cart filled with heavy objects. It's trash, okay? It's obviously garbage, but it's heavy. I don't need to describe this to a sober adult. And she's refusing to move, and both her feet are like hard on the ground. She's now standing like, I can't film because we can only see this part of me, but her feet are just locked on the ground. She's not moving and she's staring me down. And I just kept going. I'm like, you are fucking mentally ill, man. Can you move for any fucking one? Do you move for semi-trucks or do you tell them to fucking change lanes while you're standing in the road? She's fucking mental case. She finally moved out of my way, okay? I'm not moving a big cart packed with 100 pounds of stuff for you to keep walking your dog on that side of the street, you fucking Washington, D.C. cunt. And I do have to presume know who I am. I mean, I doubt that they don't once they see me, and they've caused a spectacle, okay, and a scene for themselves. They might think, is that the lady from the house that we've walked by that we know there's dead bodies fucking coming out when you're standing on the fresh air? All right, so then I continue to take the garbage out, okay? And when I come back, there's another woman, another fashion model, okay? About 10 years younger than me, and she's had a lot of work. She has a lot of work on her face, like Botox, all the stuff that I want to have, right? It's like an hour at the cosmetic office, and I could be walking out looking like her, but I'm denied that. Okay, but this one's, she's more Aryan. She has a really expensive foil job, really expensive, long hair, foil, and massive work on her face. Not massive, but it doesn't matter. She's invested a lot of dinero into her appearance, all right? She's got the work on her skin, her face. She's got her hair, expensive blonde, and she's got about a $400 at least. These are all purebred dogs that are walking. She's got a puppy, purebred, maybe more. I don't price dogs, but the shit is not cheap. It's at least $1,000 dog. I'm not going to describe the dog. It's a puppy. And she's playing with her puppy right by the Mexican drug cartel house on the corner of S and 15th. And she's just standing there. She had been standing there playing with her puppy for God knows how long while I started coming down the alley and rolling down her direction. Okay, so she's out there. It's a dating scene. She's looking for hot military guys, I guess. She's got blue eyes, tan skin, blonde hair. She's Aryan. This is cool with her. White nationalism, yeah. I'm your white nationalist model. I spent all my money on my looks, and I'm standing here with my puppy. She had no idea I was rolling up on her, dude. What made me feel good is, you know what? I'm 10 years older than her. All I need is a little bit of work like that, and I'm going to look that good, plus lose my weight. I got a lot of hope from that, but because I feel so bad about myself trapped in this fucking city with what these fucking Aryan Nation motherfuckers out of Idaho think they're doing to me. All right. So I roll up on her and she just looks at me and she looks so fucking confused and perplexed, and she's locking her eyes on me, and she knew exactly who I was. So she's upset that I'm outside on the sidewalk. How many times do I report that about the women here? Listen to my voice. The women want me locked up in here until I end up one of these DBs in this house. That's the impression I get every time by the way they react when they see me on the sidewalk. Now, right now, as I'm filming, there is terrorism going on that I am witnessing, but I can't talk about it. If it comes up on this phone, I can't comment on it. Okay, so then I come back in here, okay? And when I open the door, it's gushing out into the house. So the DB they haven't done disgusting stuff to their dead bodies. They pile up in here, and organ harvest is no doubt they're doing that. The official military knows they're doing that here. We are 6 blocks from the White House. This is why I say how over the U.S. government is. All they've got at that White House is these Aryan Nation women with their dogs and a whole bunch of demented people in the press to just keep covering up and casting an image of absolute fallacy. They are chopping bodies up walking distance from the White House for multiple years. My advice to them was stop and do it somewhere else. But there's things here. I can't speak clearly anymore. Just hear me out. There's things here, objects here that they want here. I've explained to you, some of it's stolen from the country of Russia. So there's more here than what I understand. This stuff that is here is classified. Okay, so I won't even know when I leave and I am speaking to the arresting military that take these people out of this house and put them in the back of trucks. That's where they go. You don't cut bodies up in your house, folks. I don't care what fashion models walking by. All right. Thank you. The rest of the world knows this, except the Americans seem to have no clue, okay? It's really, really fucking sick here. Okay, I forgot my point. This has been too traumatizing. Okay, so anyway, so I come back in and there's all this dead body, just all the gases, all the stuff, right? Okay, we discussed this. It's just gushing. As you're standing in the porch with oxygen just gushing out. And I'm so pissed, dude. And I close the door. I close, and then the male, so I can ID both of them, screams at me from the basement where they're chopping bodies up. He screams, "Don't slam that door." He's ordering me. Motherfucker, sit right there. Sit right there and wait to be put in the back of a truck. With how many bodies are in this house, and you're yelling at the witness still, thinking that White House and the U.S. press corps are going to cover for you. No more. And no more psych fucking fucks. I can't believe this shit. I hate Americans. Right now, I hate you. You're the sickest fucking people, and take their dogs away from them. Okay, so I go back up the stairs, and while I'm coming up the stairs after closing the door, one upstairs on floor 3 starts scampering barefoot and opening doors. It's really creepy, and I've testified about this since the first day I smelled a dead body, which is on YouTube, which I was telling the DC PD about once again. But what do? They haul me off. They're going to do that. They have to be stopped by the military, okay? These DC PD here are fucking devils. Oh my God. So one upstairs, as I'm going up the stairs, is going flying down the hallway towards the bathroom or one of these rooms that's facing the alley, and then it flies down towards the fucking S Street, slamming doors. As I'm coming up the fucking stairs, okay? We are packed full of nuts here. And I don't want to look at myself, but I'll definitely be looking as good as these fashion models at my fucking age. Hail Mary, thank you, Mother Mary. Just give me a little bit of work like that bitch gets to spend her money on. And I'm not going to be walking past no fucking federal crime scene playing with my puppy. All right, goodbye.